now Gould to Wagstaff, and Wolves really coming away now. Taylor. And in fact, he more or less fell over Taylor's legs.
God save our gracious Queen. Look, get up, our noble Queen. God save her. Get up! Don't stand there taking a piss. What do you think? You don't even know the rest of it, do you? And send our victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us. God save our Queen. Bloody well ashamed of yourselves, a lot of you. Sit there during her song. Yeah, right, she emigrated, wouldn't it? You wouldn't dare do that for the other Elizabeth I. She'd have had your guts for garters, a lot of you. The reason I sang that song now is because if I sang it after, you'd all be halfway to the bloody bus stop before I'd finished. I've been a bus stop half hour, been stuck there bloody freezing. Go slow on the buses. They had to call it off, nobody noticed any difference. No trains on the Channel Tunnel this week. Seaweed on the line. Anyway, we don't want no Channel Tunnel, do we? No! We should build a bloody great brick wall to keep the buggers out. Bloody French, the bloody froggies. They charged us rent for our trenches in the First World War, you know. I'm walking down Barking High Street. They dug a bloody great hole right in the middle of the street. There's 3 council workmen sitting down the hole, drinking tea and singing happy birthday. So I walked over, I said, excuse me, whose birthday is it? He said, it's the old, it's 1 year old today. You laugh! That's the state of this bloody country. There's a woman there in Wapping. She rushed in the police station. All she said, I've been half raped. Copper said, what are you talking about, half raped? She said, it was a bricklayer, it started raining. We can't even fight with our backs to the wall no more. The buggers ain't finished building it yet. Our bloody unions are still trying to run the bloody country. And have you ever seen a poor trade union leader, have you? Ever seen a union leader wasn't earning twice as much as the people supposed to be representing? They start off on a soapbox and finish up in the House of Lords. Bloody politicians. Christ. Cutting back on this, cutting back on that. Borrow the bloody money. Oh, and Churchill didn't say we can't afford to have that war, did he? He didn't say we got to save up for the bloody war, did he? He had that war on tick. You've got your Labour Party, your New Labour. Only thing new about it is the new houses, new cars are going to buy for themselves once they get into power. New posh schools to send their children to. Bloody John Prescott, he was a waiter on a bloody boat before he joined the Labour Party. Of course, Tony Blair says it's going to be tough, it's going to be tough on crime. Of course he is. Because the more villains that the coppers nick, it's the more work for his missus, the lawyer, isn't it? You're economicals, isn't it? I mean, your Labour Party is supposed to be the party of the poor, right? Supposed to believe in socialism, the redistribution of wealth and property. But when your villains try to redistribute the wealth and the property by nicking it all for the rich and flogging it off cheap to the poor, who's the first to start moaning, eh? Tell you it's cheaper to buy a television set or a video down the car boot sale up the pub. I mean, them villains, they are your modern day Robin Hoods, they are. subsidising your welfare and your pensions. I don't mind admitting I have to buy my tobacco and drink up the car boot sale. If I didn't, there's some days that go by, I wouldn't even get a smoke or a drink. And you bloody Tories, hypocrites. They're going to be tough on crime and all, aren't they? Of course they are. Fill the prisons up with villains and then privatise the bloody prisons, 4 prisoners to a cell, £400 a week each. Well, blimey, I wouldn't mind having shares in that, eh? Let them have his shares in a bloody hotel. That'll be, I mean, your judges, they can't sentence them to 10 years in the Holiday Inn, but they can sentence them to 10 years in bloody prison, can't they? No, they don't abolish crime. Your judges, your police, your lawyers, they thrive on crime. It's their livelihood, isn't it? That means your doctors thrive on bloody diseases. What they bloody do? You're laughing. It's facts. Same as your bloody social workers. They thrive on misery in the home, don't they? Same as your Labour Party thrives on poverty. They don't want to abolish poverty. God blimey, abolish poverty. That's the end of the Labour Party, isn't it? Telling the poor what votes Labour. As soon as you make a few quid, you vote for the other lot, don't you? It's a well-known fact. Of course it is. Now, what I think would be a fairer way, instead of having elections every 5 years, what they ought to do is have half-time, like a football, all change ends. Let your rich have a go at being poor and living in the slum half of the country. See how they're like that? And let your poor have a go at living in the rich half of the country and all the big houses. That'd be a more fairer way, a more Christian way, wouldn't it? I mean, some of your politicians, they might be persuaded to improve the pensions and the welfare if they knew they was going to have to live on it themselves for a few years. Oh, blimey. Hey, here are, Mr. Politician. Here's your slum house. See how you like living in that? With 1 bar of electric for the next 3 winters. That would be too Christian, wouldn't it? Of course it would. I mean, God tried to make them Christians, didn't he? But he couldn't do it, and he was God. Bloody elections, they won't change nothing. If they did, they'd make them illegal. They'd ban them. Any questions? It's a public meeting.
Garnett, Mr. Garnett,
wave your arm. Who's to? Oh, you.
Garnett, you've been a lifelong Tory supporter, but I detect a little change. Have you, like millions of others, are you about to desert a sinking ship?
Yeah, you know our politics, don't you? Mrs. Huey, yes. It's nothing to do with deserting, my dear. Politicians. All right, look. You're a politician, right? Everyone's got to earn a living, admit that. No, you want to be a... Well, go on, speak. It's a public meeting. What do you want to say?
I'll leave it up to you.
It's the first time you've bloody well done that for me. Look, politician, you want to make a career in politics? All right. But don't go around like bloody saints and make they're doing it for our sakes. They balls the world up for our sakes. Listen, I've lived in a house of mine in the East End London all my life. Never mind laughing. Some of us have to take our bloody teeth out at night. Where was I've lived in a house of mine East, and I've served, my dear, I've served under 15 Prime Ministers. And I've been bloody poor under every one of them. I mean, you wait till election starts. You'll see them, they'll come in the pub there, hobnobbing with the likes of us. They think that half a pint of beer and a smile is enough to get your vote off you. They're knocking on my door like bloody brush salesmen here, trying to cadge your vote off you. They should be made to buy your vote. Pay cash up front for the vote. I mean, listen, shut up, I haven't got time for that. In the old days, my dear, in the old days, you got a sack of coal for your vote. Yes, and when the election was over, you still had your sack of coal. But now, when the election's over, all you've got is a sack of lies and empty promises. Mind you, I'd sooner have them knocking on the front door than coming in his living room on the bloody television set, I'll tell you. At least you can slam the door in their faces, eh? In the old days, you could pour a bucket of water over their heads. Wasn't always tap water neither. What I say is this. If your politician's going to tell lies, get a decent actor to play the part. Let Michael Caine be Prime Minister. He'd come across a lot better telling lies he would, wouldn't he? And you're Ronald Reagan. He acted a good president, didn't he? Yes, he did. And look at the lies they wrote for him. I mean, look at that last election. It was pathetic, that was. I mean, I don't know why they bothered. It was bloody opinion polls every day, wasn't it? First Labour in front, then the Conservatives in front, then Labour in front. Mr Major had his line up and down 3 times, you know. And Neil Kinnock, remember him? Old Viet Taff. He wasn't playing fair, was he? Riding up and down Downing Street in a removal van. And then he stops outside of number 10, places his order with the milkman. So, but it was Neil Kinnock. He's done all right, hasn't he? Eh? Him and his missus, oh, blimey, they've done all right. Was him what won the election for the Tories last time. He stood up there on telly 2 weeks before the bloody election. Vote for me, he says. Vote Labour. And then he threatened to put 2 million unemployed back to work within a year. He frightened the life out of them, didn't he? Old Bert next door to me said, oh, I'm not fighting for him. Because he happy to stay with his life when I made old Bert redundant. Yeah, he's been signed on the Labour Exchange so long he goes to staff dances now. They've got a union now, the unemployed union. If the Labour Exchange get you a job, they'll fight the case. Question?
I've got a very important constitutional question.
Oh, God, blimey. I hope I can answer it, sir.
Well, I hope you can. I think you'll be able to. Tony Blair promised that Scotland and Wales will get their own parliaments. Now, any sane, reasonable, right-minded person can see the merits in that.
Can they?
Yes.
I'll tell you what this sane, right-minded person thinks of that in a minute. Go on.
Well,
you're making a speech, you're asking a bloody question.
Basically, I'd just like to know your views on devolution.
I don't know about devolution, mate, but don't give the bloody jocks their own parliament, for Christ's sake. You'll be out with the bagpipes and your tartan army marching down across the border. We had enough of that when you used to come down to Wembley every year. Christ, there was more crap and piss on the roads than when we had horses. Yes. Throwing up in people's front gardens on the way to Wembley. Look, to understand fully the plight what this country finds itself in today, we have to go back in history to Henry VIII. Nothing funny about that. For our great days of England, when England was starting to win the world and rule it for its own good. Now, in them days, the world was run by the Pope and his mafia. And it was Henry VIII who was the first to resist them and who formed the Church of England to deal directly with God and cut out the Pope as middleman. One of the first things that Henry VIII done was to build a house for Anne Boleyn down near West Ham's football ground. It was right next door almost, your Boleyn Castle. It's a pub now. It was Henry VIII who formed West Ham United. It bloody was. So he'd have somewhere to go for Saturday afternoon, take his mind off things. And that is why your West Ham United play in King Henry VIII's colours. Until this very day, they are, look, claret and blue. Claret, what was his favourite drink, and the blue for the royal blood. They never learnt you that in school, did they? No. As a matter of fact, it was down at West Ham that King Henry met Anne Boleyn. She was a local girl. She'd come from Canning Town. But she was true to him and started to muck about with someone else, so he cut a bleeding head off, didn't he? No, he was hurt to say to her one day down at West Ham, he said, I'm warning you, Margot. I'll give you fair warning, Anne Boleyn. If I catch you at it with anyone else, I'll give the lad your head to kick off with. I'll put it on the centre spot next home game. And he did. And that is where we get the custom of flipping the coin. Heads kick off first.
I have a question. In fact, you've been very quiet about the royal family this evening so far. And a lot of people of late have been saying that the royal family is a bit like a living soap opera. I mean, at one time, they were more on the telly than Coronation Street. So what do you think about the young royals kissing and telling on the box?
She scrubs up well, doesn't she?
You remember you said that you'd have dinner with me afterwards, so I dressed up for you. Already, you've got a very short memory.
No, but yes. Do you like jellied heels down at Tubby Isaac?
Well, you might be able to convince me.
Blimey, talk about mutton dressed up as... No, I didn't mean that.
They say it takes one to know one.
All right, Paddy.
What about devolution? I asked you about devolution.
Yes, but I mean, she started and he started. Don't blame me. I'm trying to answer your question,
well, if you could, I'd appreciate it.
I have to give you the historical background first, don't I? The old Henry VIII, he knew how to deal with rebellious subjects, all right. He brought the Scots to their knees. Solwyn Bay near Hampden Park, didn't he? Hey. And he gave the mix a taste of cold English steel too, so they give no more trouble during his reign. Oh, blimey. He'd have given devolution, all right. See, the trouble with your Scots... and you're Welsh, and you're Irish, is they want to be like us. The English have their own country, own parliament. Truth is, they ain't big enough. I mean, all this Scotland and your Wales is really like parts of your rural England, isn't it? Somewhere to go to for holidays. I mean, let them be counties, certainly, like your Devon, your Cornwall, you know. Give them a Lord Mayor, same with Ireland. Shouldn't be your Irish Republic, it should be your county borough of Ireland. They say no, they say don't want that. Want our own country, own parliament, own rule. What they want is a bloody good thumping like we give them in the old days. I mean, not a war, you know, I mean, you can't have a war with them, can you? I mean, them wars we had with them in the old days wasn't proper wars, was it? More like blood sports, really, wasn't it?
Mr. Garnett, I hope you won't mind my saying this, but...
What's that?
Don't you feel that as a pensioner, an old age pensioner, maybe you ought to think about not smoking?
Didn't I stay in your boarding house once in Clacton? You know the face. Don't talk bloody daft. Had enough of that on a bus coming up here. Some silly cow starts waving her bloody arms about. Oh, she says, I'm inhaling your smoke, I'm inhaling your smoke. I said, you're bloody lucky I don't charge you for it, missus. Oh, she says, smoking is dangerous. I said, I've tried them new cigarettes with a 3-inch filter. You don't get lung cancer, you get a rupture trying to get a suck on it. Do you realise, my dear, that the money what is derived from your tobacco tax is enough to pay for the National Health Service? Yes, and a squadron of F-111s. And a new boat for Her Majesty the Queen. It's patriotic to smoke. And people who give up smoking because they're frightened of it should be given white feathers for cowardice. I am smoking for England and the Queen. Where was I? Oh, yeah. You're Scots. Yeah, well, see, all your best Scottish things is only really appreciated when they come south of the border. Is that right, Sir Teddy?
I'm a teetotaler.
I dare say you are. I bet your missus ain't noticed you're living with you. He got out of Scotland pretty fast, didn't you?
I go back a great deal.
You do go back, do you?
Yeah, it's lovely.
When are you going to get the bloody Cursor rebuilt in Southend? That's what I want to know.
It's happening now.
It's happening now. It's been happening for the last 20 bloody years.
It'll be ready in November, that's a promise.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Tory promise.
Right, I'll come down and get me candy floss then. No, see, that is your alternative medicine, Sir Teddy. Oh! Brewed up in your islands and highlands as a remedy for raw mornings and even colder nights. And why do you think the jocks put this in their porridge, eh? You've got nothing on but a kilt. You want something a bit warming going down there. No, you see, I've got this chest. I've had it all my life. Just my luck to have a bad chest, what medical science can't do nothing about. I'm not complaining. It's not my nature to complain. I have to persevere, you see. Oils it a bit. Keeps the damp out. Yeah. Bloody laugh. Excuse me. Now, Vicar, in our church. He said, what's going on about the evils of the demon drink? He gave his sermon on it last Sunday. He had a glass of water in one hand, a glass of whiskey in the other, and he had a worm, an ordinary garden worm, and he put it in the water, poured it out, and it was still wiggling. So then he put it in the glass of whiskey, poured it out, and it was dead. And he says to us, he says, now, he said, do you see the moral of my sermon? I yelled out, yeah, you drink whiskey, mate, you'll never get worms. Congregation pissed themselves. I was asked to leave. No, I better put this away, eh? I mean, people see you with a bottle in your hand, the rumours start flying that you're a drinker, you know, alcoholic. I mean, alcohol would be a fine thing on my bloody pension, wouldn't it, eh? I've got as much chance of being alcoholic on my bloody pension as West Ham has of winning the double in the European Cup. You want to know why all us old age pensioners are living so long, eh? Because we can't afford to eat or drink nothing what's bad for us, that's why. Instead of testing out their stuff on your animals and your mice and your rabbits, test it out on us. On the oldies, we'll have we'll have all that alcohol's got to be tested and tobacco and all that dodgy beef. Give it to us. Make our last days happy and bright. That would let us overindulge our souls on bloody great big cigars and buckets of booze and... How would you like your steak, sir? Ooh, just wipe his arse and cut his horns off. That's all.
Disease, Alf.
What's that?
Aren't you worried about mad cow's disease?
Mad cow disease? Don't talk bloody daft. I have been eating beef, my dear, man and boy, all my bloody life, haven't I? I've never been ill once. But 4 or 5 bottles of that French or German wine, I was in hospital for a bloody week. Listen, I'm old age pensioner, right? And I'm proud of it. But there's no reason why I've got to be treated like a second-class citizen by like an inferior species. Look at me, my friends. I am your future. This is what you're going to become, all of you. Ain't my fault I've lived this long. I know the government ain't keen. I know they like to pack us all off to eternity if they had a chance. Most old people I know are too terrified to go into hospital in case they get bumped off in there. Geriatric holocaust. What I say is this, if they don't want to treat us in their hospitals, give us back all the money we put in there over the years. I went down... Whoops. I went down to DSS. They had a acid-faced cow in there, she was. I said, excuse me, I said, I'm after a few bob to buy one of them wireless sets, you know, that plays a little tune and make a cup of tea. It's for someone who's all crippled up and confined to bed for months at a time, you know. Just something, a little wireless to cheer him up, play him a tune, cheer him up a bit, you know, make him a cup of tea. She said, who is this cripple? Is it a relation of yours? I said, no, it's me, missus. She said, but you said, oh, confined to bed for months at a time. I said, I am confined to bed for months at a time. I can't afford to get out of bed some mornings, so bloody cold. I can't afford to put the gas on. So if I wanted to end it all, I couldn't afford to. I couldn't afford the gas to end it all, could I? Can't afford to drink or smoke, which would be a better way of doing it. I can't afford a platform ticket to throw myself under a bleeding train. To throw myself under a bus, I suppose I'll probably freeze to death waiting for the bloody thing. Or else I'll get so badly injured I'll finish up in a wheelchair with no one to push the bloody thing.
All right, love. Does nobody love you at all?
Oh, hello.
Hello.
It's not a question of love, my dear, is it? I mean, what good is love if you're cold and hungry, eh? I tell you, if you've got money, you get all the love you want. If you're a millionaire, my dear, I'll wager you'll have hundreds of people running around you telling you how much they love you. Well, telling you they love you and really loving you, what's the difference? As long as they act like they're loving you and make enough fuss of you. What's the bloody difference?
This is all very well, and it's, you know, it's very...
Yes, I know, Devo, bloody Lucian. Yes, all right.
Important question.
Yes! I'm trying to deal with it. I keep getting distracted.
Could you deal with it, please?
What?
Could you deal with it?
I am dealing with it. You never learned to swim, did you? Couldn't keep your bloody mouth shut long enough. Where was I? Oh, yeah. All right, I've dealt with the jocks. Oh, yeah, the toughies. Any Welsh in here tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. There's a familiar face, isn't it? You're a tough, of course you are. Yes, whereabouts you come from in there?
West Ham.
Not a lot of Welshmen live down there.
Born and bred within the sound of Bow Bells, boy.
Where? So you're not a bloody taffy? You are?
Yeah.
Well, where'd you come from in Wales?
Samar Pwllgwyngyll.
Thank you very much. Think of the person in front of you. Oh, Christ. Do you have to do it yourself, all that? Amazing, isn't it?
She does it for me, Alf.
Does she? Great.
Want to do it for you?
It's wicked to mock the afflicted, you know. Do you do hers for her, then? Oh, there I'm talking about.
Sometimes, Alf, sometimes. Who does yours?
Is there any other Welsh in here tonight? You come back tomorrow, I'll think of a funny answer for that. No, you see, I met this taffy the other night, bloody laugh. I met him in the pub. Bloody ignorant swine. He couldn't hardly speak a word of English, you know. He told me that in Wales they had their own language there. I said, that's not a language, Taff. I said, it's more like a dialect. No, he said, we've got words for things in Wales. We've got words for food and words for drink. I said, blimey, I said, your native in your jungle's got that. He's got sounds for things. Ain't a language. I mean, a dog barks ain't a language, is it? I mean, yucky da's not a bleeding language, is it? I mean, your jocks and your mix, you've got your garlic, haven't you? Right? Well, that's all right for talking amongst themselves. They want to talk to other people, got to learn English. Somebody is beyond their grasp, and most of them. I mean, we even had to teach the taffies how to dig coal, you know. It's true. See, all your average taffy is like a two-legged pit pony, isn't it? And your pit pony's better, really, because it can drag out more coal and it's cheaper to run. See, one way you can always tell a taffy is to talk like a Pakistani. Also, you look at him half-time, you'll see they've got all these little holes all over their faces. Now, some people reckon that's them trying to eat with a knife and fork. more likely that is your coal pox, you see. Your coal pox. They was taking all this coal dust home in their faces, and the mines was losing thousands. Until they installed the pit-head showers and made them wash it off when they went home. Because I think it's a pity, really, that there's no coal mines out in Ireland, because, I mean, your Mick is good with a shovel, isn't he? You give a Mick a shovel and a big hole, and he'll go and dig until he comes up the other end, won't he? Hello, little surprise for me in here. No, well, you need that to chase that, you see. And then you need that to sort of boost that upwards. That's what they call a vicious circle. Oh, it's good. Oh, it's nice to have a little drink in it, eh? I mean, I feel sorry for people who don't drink. They wake up in the morning, that's the best they're going to feel all day, innit, eh? Is that right, Sir Teddy? Yeah. See, the thing about your drink is it oils the wheels. It helps you to live with people. Helped me live with her, silly old moo, God rest her soul, you know. Now, I wouldn't say nothing against her. She's a very good woman in a way, but I could have done better. Well, we all could. If you had your time over again, you'd know more what you like, what you want of a woman. Same with food. I mean, you go in a cafe and you order up what you think you fancy, and then you look and your mate's in Nesty, he's got something better on his plate, hasn't he? Because you have a few of these, it all tastes all right, doesn't it? Same with sex, isn't it, you know? Have a few and anything will do, won't it? That you can live to regret it. 12 months ago, with decent chances, prospects of success in life, to foolish love of ballroom dancing, trouble came. I met my wife. Such a noble, buxom creature she in my eyes then appeared. Thought she was no fairer feature, like to salmon I was speared. She told me her age was 5 and 20, cash in a bank, of course she plenty. I like a lamb, believed it all. I was an MUG at Trinity Church. I met me do. La 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 la. Now we live in a top back room. To me eyes in debt and rented, that's what she done for me. In bridal gown with frills and flounces, upon my word she did look fine. Quite 16 stone and some odd ounces weighed then this dear wife of mine. People whispered she has money, or what lies some folks will tell. She was simply 16 stony, what a swindle, what a sell. She told me her age was 5 and 20, cash in the bank, of course she plenty. I like a lamb, believed it all. I was an MUG at Trinity Church. I met me do. La 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 la. Now we live in a top back room. La 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 la. Up to me eyes in debt with renty. That's what she done for me. Ho! When she confessed, I scarce believed her, though at last the truth she told. She hadn't got a blooming stiver, she was 36 years old. I can only grin and bear it, poor indeed is my estate. She, poor cow, is forced to share it, down will come her mortal weight. She told me her age was 5 and 20, cash in the bank, of course she plenty. I like a lad, believed it all. I was an MUG at Trinity Church. I met me do. Now we live in a top back room. Up to me eyes in debt with renty. That's what she done for me. Ho! Hey! He done what? I knew that producer was an arsehole the minute I met him. He put the bloody advertisement on when I was singing there. They bunged him, ain't they? Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, Trinity Church. There's only the one true religion, right? His religion, God's religion. So all the rest of them's lying, right? But which one is his? That's a problem for us mortals, isn't it? I mean, you go to church all your life, say your prayers in it, buy tickets for its raffles, go to its dances. and then you die, you get up there to heaven, and you find the one round the corner was the right one all the time. Well, I mean, if your religion ain't going to help you get into heaven, you might as well have extra couple of hours in bed of a Sunday morning, Bloody Christian church, I don't know, they got more branches than Marks and Spencer's.
You don't really believe all these fairy stories about God and the Bible and Jesus, do you?
You blasphemous swine! Sit there with the bloody lights reflecting off your bald nut! Be ashamed of yourself! I only hope he can hear you! I only hope he strikes you down where you're sitting! You read your Bible, my friend. It's all there, the creation, your Genesis. It's marvellous. Read it. He made the world in 1 week, all of it. England, America, Russia, China. Reckon he got to Australia about Saturday afternoon when he ran out of water. But he must have been hard at it all week, not like some of the rubbish sat in the bog smoking all day. In the same week he made Adam, didn't he? And he took a rib from Adam and he made Eve so she could clean and wash up and look after Adam. Sort of home help, wasn't it? And he called her Woo Man. Because she come from out of the man. Woo Man. And the trouble was he put a mouth on her and bloody ruined it all, didn't he? What is it? What is it that God has done to women that makes them almost unbearable to bloody live with? God never got married, did he? No Mrs. God is there. The strange, there's no Fred God or Harry God. It's always Lord God, isn't it? No, it's marvellous. So you read that in that book. Now, it says there, he made us in his own image. That don't mean God looks like me. What that means... No, God probably looks more like Charlton Heston. That's probably why he made Charlton Heston, so he could play God in films. What it means in his own image, it means he has made us perfect in build and in shape. Now, look at that, look. Perfect. Look at that, look. A hand. Look, there's another one. A hand. And he's given us 4 fingers and a thumb on each hand. He even thought of that. Look, 2 hands. And he's put them on the end of your arms, hasn't he? Where they would be most handy. Which is why they're called hands, I suppose. And look. He gave us a nose and 2 ears to hang your spectacles on. He made us perfect, didn't he? Well, he could have got someone a bit more artistic to do the faces, couldn't he? I don't want to knock his works, but, you know. I suppose he thought, wow, where they're going to live, kind of work they're going to do. Any old fizzog will do, eh? And they're not going to be bloody film stars, are they?
Excuse me, they recently put...
I'm getting a bit dazzled with them Diamantes.
I'm glad about that. They recently put Dolly the cloned sheep on display and it sparked off a storm of controversy. I just wonder what you think about cloning.
Cloning? Look, as far as I'm concerned, my dear, one sheep always looks like the other anyway, you know. That's what all the fuss is about. But I tell you one thing, it is indicative of your bloody doctors and your scientists mucking about with it. I mean, he has made us in his own image. He don't want doctors cutting bits off here and sticking them on there and... Well, yeah, it's all right, I can see. Homegrown, Christ almighty. She's got a good heart, hasn't she? You'd have to pump the blood round that bloody doctor. You do transfusions then? Oh dear. No, I mean the bloody doctors or scientists, they take liberties, don't they? I went to my doctor about 6 weeks ago now. I walked in there and the nurse says, "Have you got an appointment?" I says, "An appointment? How do I know when I'm going to be ill? Don't be bloody daft. What am I supposed to ring up and say, I think I'm going to have flu next Tuesday, I'll make an appointment?" He says to me, he says, what's the matter with you? I said, I got this terrible pain in my leg. He said, it's old age. I said, old age? The other leg's all right. That's the same age. I said, shut up, I ain't got time for that. I said, what am I going to do? He said, limp. I said, just a minute. He said, what are you going on about, Garnett? He said, you're all right. He said, you'll live to be 10. I said, I am 10. He said, yeah, I told you. I said, all right. All right, smart ass. I said, what about that bottle of pills you gave me last month? Make me feel strong. He said, what about them? I said, I can't get the lid off. And I said, and another thing, I said, are you aware, doctor, you've got a suppository stuck behind your ear? You've a bloody suppository stuck behind his ear hole. He says, Christ almighty, what's that bloke done with my fountain pen? You see? I went out of his surgery. I went in the waiting room there. There's a nun. A nun sitting in the waiting room with the tears pouring down her face. I rushed back in the surgery. I said, Doc, excuse me. I said, you've got a nun in your waiting room. She's crying her eyes out. He said, yeah, I know. I've just told her she's pregnant. I said, is she? He said, no, but it's cured her hiccups. Anyway, I wouldn't have been the least bit surprised if she had been pregnant. All this, you know, all this permissible society. I mean, look, all this concert parties of people with AIDS. I mean, after the First World War, there was thousands of soldiers coming back with a dose of VD, wasn't there? They didn't have concert parties for them, did they? I'll tell you, VD killed more soldiers than German bullets did in the First World War. They never had no concert parties. It was, get off down to Lock Hospital, you dirty bugger. And when they got there, all they got was the umbrella treatment, wasn't it? Well, I won't go into details. Well, I will if you insist, eh? No, that little thing like umbrella, folded umbrella, and they poke it down inside your John Thomas, and then they'd open it up and they'd pull it out. And I'll tell you, with that VD, if you didn't die of it, there's bits and pieces you were falling off all over the place. You couldn't have no safe sex. You couldn't have any sex, could you? Not with the bits and pieces falling off all over the place. See, what they ought to do with these AIDS people, they'll put health warning on their bums. Like on a cigarette packet, you know? Health warning. This is exit, not entrance.
Alf, listen, I've got to tell you...
Somebody barking out there, what?
We're talking about, just changing the subject quickly, like your team, the Hammers, right, and should be called the Hammered, by the way, they've been performing this season, by the way.
That's not funny.
Listen, I live in Canning Town, it's all right, don't worry, settle down. Now, what would you, if you wanted to put West Ham back on the road, how would you get him on there? How would you make him good again?
It's a bloody language problem. It's all them bloody foreigners down there. That's the problem. I mean, look what happened a few weeks ago. We beat the Spurs, right? Easy. Why? Because Harry Redknapp, he only put British players out there. They could understand each other. They could understand the ref. And more importantly, they could understand what I was yelling at them from the touchline. I mean... You think of the bloody state of the game now. I mean, it's ridiculous. Liverpool, Manchester, Newcastle, supposed to be so poor up there, isn't they? Eh? I mean, the old bleeding towns, they're all unemployed. How is it that they can afford 3 of the most expensive football teams in the country, eh? I mean, they're all in a bleeding dole, but they're playing twice a week up there. The ground's always packed to the rafters. How are they getting the money for it? I'll tell you, your Liverpool, your Manchester, Newcastle... They are being subsidised out of your DHSS. And now we're back in Europe. We are playing against teams that are being managed by your drug barons. Look, you take your Italy. That's a poor country. That's poorer than bloody Liverpool, that, isn't it? How how can they afford to pay bloody millions for players, eh? Because it's your mafia money, it's your crime incorporated money, it's your drug barons' money, innit? Well, that's who we're playing against. Well, we've got plenty of criminals down at West Ham, haven't we? See them all up there in the stand, every home game. Well-known faces in the underworld. Well, why don't they pull a few jobs and buy a few decent players for us?
What? You're going on about drug barons. What do you think about players in football who use drugs?
Well, if it improves their game, give it to them. See, in the old days, down at West Ham, the team used to get in the Bowling Arms there, in the pub, and they'd be drinking right until 2 or 3 minutes before the kick-off. But they really put them in the right mood for the game, see? And then the ref would pop his head round the corner, and he'd say, "Righto, lads, ready when you are." Old Jim Barrett, centre-half and captain, he'd knock his pipe out, and then he'd place his orders for half-time. Well, they never had no lemons in those days. They never had no kissing in them days, neither. You try kissing a bloke after he'd scored a goal, you've got a smack round the ear, I like to tell you. Look, if a player is well dosed up with cocaine and he gets a flying elbow in the mouth, well, he won't feel it, will he? Speed the game up, won't it? Save all them ambulance men running on every 5 minutes. Because you got a smack in the mouth, didn't you, Gary? You look all right now, though. He looks well, doesn't he? Nice to see you. What? Yes, sir.
Most soccer supporters are peaceful and law-abiding.
Of course they are.
But there's a hardcore among them that cause a lot of trouble wherever they go.
Right.
What would the Garnett remedy be for wiping out this hooliganism?
Simple. Very simple, my friend. Brand them. Put a branding on across their foreheads. Brand them for life. Soccer hooligans, raggers, muggers, rapists. Unemployed, unemployable. So when we see them, we know who they are. We can kick them and bash them. Castrate them and still have floggings, public floggings. At half-time, they'll bring the crowds back to football, wouldn't they? Dear old Lord. I shouldn't have done that. Christ. Whew. I don't want to end it all here at bloody LWT, do I? No, it's nice to have a little drink, isn't it? See, the thing about your drink is that acts like an aphrodisiac, doesn't it? Now, have a few of them and woohoo! You give her one, right? But also that acts like a contraceptive, doesn't it? Because you have a few too many, you can't, can you? It's your brewer's droop, isn't it? Because the youngsters, the kids, they tell me that stuff they smoke, what do they call that? The marijuana. Now, they say that makes your sex last longer. I said, but I mean, who wants to last any longer? It's a bloody waste of time, isn't it? Have a skinful, quick fumble and kip. The women, they make demands on you, unnatural demands. Do you know what? The first year I was married to that silly old moo, God rest her soul, hardly a month went by without her wanting carnival knowledge. And if I didn't, I got my food slopped up. Well, sex ain't a thing the working classes used to. Not that kind of sex, not pleasure sex. Can't expect a working man to come home after a hard day's work and entertain his wife with sex. You've got time for it. What do I watch telly? I got in a pub.
Al. We've seen women world leaders. We've seen a woman running MI5, and some of the best barristers at the bar are women. So you've got to admit, Alf, that women are making a pretty good job of things. In fact, they probably make a better job of things. Yeah.
Do you really talk like that?
Now answer the question.
I'm going to answer the bloody question. Look, it's bloody women's rights, bloody women's... What they ought to have done is left that Mrs. Pankhurst chained to the bloody railings.
You say that, Al, but what about Maggie?
What about bloody Maggie?
You worshipped her, didn't you?
I never worshipped her! Bloody woman Prime Minister? No, it was the old days. I mean, look, in the old days, see, a woman married a man, she was grateful not to be left on the shelf, wasn't she? Yes, she was. So I blame it all on the telly. Listen, Mrs., before that telly come in our house, my silly old moo, God rest her soul, she was ignorant. She was ignorant and better off for it. That's what's upset her, stuck in front of that telly all day long, letting them stuff her head full of nonsense. See what she said to me one day? She said, "Half this house is mine," she said. What do you mean, nodding your bloody... Half that? I said, "Well, let me tell you about your half of this house. It's stuck to my half." That's where it's bloody well staying. I mean, I wouldn't have minded. She was no bloody good at housekeeping. I mean, look, I used to give her nearly half of what I earned. She was always on the ear hole for more. So, look, a man gets married, right? I'll put it simply. A man gets married, he employs a wife, right? You don't get the same conditions of labour as your ordinary employer of industry gets. Ordinary employer, if he employs someone that can't do the job, he can sack them, right? But a man employs a wife. If she don't turn out like you hope, he can't bloody sack her. He can't even dock a time off.
She didn't sack you, though.
What?
She could have sacked you.
Not a question of her sacking me. I am the man with a wage packet, isn't I? I mean, they're often want a bloody divorce. If you say a word to them, I mean, just for argument's sake, supposing she'd have got a divorce off of me, the silly old moo. Eh? Well, some soppy judge, he might have given her half my house. And say, I've got to support her for the rest of her life, and her not doing Anne's turn for me. You were laughing.
She put up with you.
She didn't. I had to put up with her. It's a case of mutual putting up, isn't it? I mean, you get a sack off or something, they don't say to the governor, you've got to give him half your factory. Support him for the rest of her life. I mean, let her have the dole. Yeah, I don't mind that. Look, you take your big football clubs. Now, we've got a lot of footballers over here. See, you've got a player and he's gone off a bit. He can't do his job for the club. They don't sack him, do they? They put him up for transfer, right? Why? Because they want to get back the money they've invested. Well, it's the same with husband. He spent a lot of money training up that wife of his. He should have the same prerogative, shouldn't he? Look, excuse me, sir, is that your wife with the gold barrage balloon on it? Is it your wife? Yes. How long have you been married?
15 years.
15 years, right.
And he hasn't paid me once.
Look, could you have that out when you get home tonight? 15 years. Well, I don't think that really applies to me. What about the bloke behind with a Father Christmas hair there? Is that your missus?
Yes, that's right.
How long you been married?
3 years.
3 years. Oh, yeah, well. Right, what about Sir Teddy?
Excuse me, Mr. Garnett, could
Yes.
I just ask you one question?
Certainly.
How do you equate your attitude to women to the fact that we had to stand up to the lady at the beginning of this?
You had to stand up for
We
who?
had to stand up for a lady at the
Well, of
beginning of
course.
here.
Imagine the
Well,
Queen.
how do we equate this attitude to women in general?
I stand up for ladies. Of course I do. I stand up
women
for
don't-
ladies.
aren't
I
the
open
same.
car doors for ladies.
Right.
Providing they do as they're bloody well told. So Teddy, is that your missus?
Yes, indeed. We've been married for 26 years.
26 years,
It's been a great
right.
success because just like you, I'm a perfect gentleman.
There you are. Would you like to comment on that, missus? 26 years. Now look, just for argument's sake, Sir Teddy, supposing you're not satisfied with her. I mean, it's purely hyper-theoretical, you understand? Now, you put her up for transfer, right? See, now, I'll come along. Here I am. Here. Now, I'm in the market for a new one, right? So I'll discuss the pros and the cons of it with you, Sir Teddy. Let me see, 1971 model, is it?
70.
71? 70.
70, yeah.
1970 model. One owner? No, I mean, you don't know. You've got a few owners. I mean, the bodywork gets bashed about it, doesn't it? I mean, 20 odd years, Christ almighty. You know, you start getting leaks and squeaks, don't you? I mean, all that number of years. I mean, the big end could go any minute, couldn't it? So I'd have to give her a medical check first. That's only fair, isn't it? Right? So, of course, I would be at an advantage because I'm unencumbered. I'm a widower, right? So maybe Sir Teddy there would ask me a few quid extra because he reckons she's got something that's worth a bit, you know, like... There's nothing that meets the eye, but... Maybe she's got extensive wardrobe, has she? Remember this, a woman, Sir Teddy, a woman who is not owned 100% by a man is invariably unhappy and fretful. So, when you pick one out, fellas, be firm. Kind. There's no need to beat them or nothing, you know. You train them up right from the start and you find they are friendly little creatures, aren't they? Nice to have around the house. But remember, Sir Teddy, she may be weary. God, blimey, women don't half get weary. Wearing the same shabby dress. So once she's weary, buy her another shabby dress. No, I'm only joking. Listen, I'll tell you the truth, sir. I got a pal, a regular art and arter. She's my dear good old pal, and I wouldn't be without her. It's many years since first we met. Her hair was then as black as jet. It's whiter now, but she don't fret. Not my old pal. We've been together now for 40 years, and it don't seem a day too much. There ain't a lady living in the land as I'd swap for my dear old Dutch. There ain't a lady living in the land as I'd swap for my dear old.
Yeah. What about this national lottery lark? I mean, like it or not, it's been a big success. But what about all these grants? What about all these grants to the do-gooders and the worthy causes? Do you approve of that?
Look, the bloody lottery money, why don't they give some of it to us, the old age pensioners, eh? Help pay our television licence fee, eh? I mean, they talk about art and culture. That's our bloody culture, innit? Your neighbours.
You're not short of a bob, Alf. You must have been putting it away, eh? Wicked old
talking
bugger.
about? I'm not sure of a bob. Can't even bloody pay. I have to have a black and white television set. That is our culture, the television. Why don't they get something for... I mean, your neighbours, your Des O'Connor and your Cilla Black, that is our... I mean, they may not be able to sing as loud as Pavarotti, but at least they can sing in English. We can understand what they're bloody talking about. Why don't they give some of that lottery money to help us buy bloody lottery tickets? Most of my mates, we can't even afford to buy a bloody ticket. There's millions they do to museums. I mean, they're full of rubbish, they are. You seen them? Full of rubbish in the past. Old bones, old books, old bits of furniture, old paintings. You go in them places like bloody Oxfam it is in there. I mean, the government will spend millions on bloody paintings, wouldn't give a penny to us, the old age pensioners. Well, they said, no, it's more valuable. The paintings are more valuable. I said, what, more valuable than us? More valuable than people? Well, it's old masters. Come on. I said, I've seen old master. I see one by that Rembrandt, painting of an old person it was. Everyone said, oh, isn't it marvellous? It's a good likeness to an old person. They said, it's so real. I said, well, I am a good likeness to an old person. I'm a better likeness to an old person that bloody painting is. Nobody comes up and says, oh, Mr. Garnett, you're so marvellous. I'd like to have you hanging on my living room wall. No. Shouldn't have a bloody painting of it. Never mind giving money to new museums. What about building us a few more bingo halls? That's what we need.
Nothing the matter with bingo, but have you had a look down the road at the Shakespeare Globe Playhouse? Do you think that ought to get a bit of lottery money? Do you think it deserves it?
Weren't you Churchill once? I know, I've seen him. Yeah, of course you was. Look, the old Globe Theatre, Shakespeare's Globe Theatre, see, that's good. That was more like a palace of varieties in them days, you know. No, they used to hand out the rotten fruit and vegetable as you went in for you to sling at the actors, what they called audience participation. And that is why Shakespeare had them stand there doing them long speeches on their own, what they call a soliloquy. What is it?
Soliloquy.
Soliloquy, that's what I said. So you could have a few practice shots, get your eye in, you see. That's why them long speeches are so bloody boring now. You missed a throwing bit, didn't you? Listen, I went up the old Vic a few years ago now. What did we see up there? I took the silly old move. What did we see? Oh, tight arse Andronicus, that's it. She couldn't make in the tail of it. I got fed up trying to explain it in the end. There's nothing like a palace of varieties in here. I mean, bloke come up and told me to put my pipe out. You can't get a drink in them. In the old days, the original Globe Theatre, they used to bring you drinks round where you were sitting. Nice big busty ladies. Well, you need a drink in a theatre, don't you? Some of the bloody rubbish they put on these days. Need more than a drink. Now they expect you to sit there for hours, can't talk, can't smoke, can't have a drink. Complain and say you're putting him off, putting the actor off. If he was doing his job properly up there, he shouldn't be able to hear us talking amongst ourselves, should he? I mean, you don't get footballers complaining about you talking during a football match, do you? Nah, it's the trouble with the theatre today. It's too much like a bleeding church. Well, there's a case in point now. If they would let you sit in church with a glass of beer in your hand and a fag in your mouth, they might get a few more people going, eh?
Alf, you talked about a lot of interesting subjects tonight, but let's talk about something that's very important. What are you going to do about the English cricket team?
Look, the trouble with you... Pardon?
I can't hear you.
I am thinking about it. The trouble with you colonials, see... I mean, you've never learned to lose properly, have you? That's the trouble.
You have a lot of experience about losing.
Thank you! See, our players are gentlemen. The first thing a gentleman learns is how to lose properly, lose gracefully.
Not all the time. Sometimes.
These bloody lot, I mean, they sling balls at all your private parts, they do. Say a word against you, you're bloody racist, don't you? Look what happened the other night. Mr. Marcus Dow, how...
Dark as how?
Dark as how? Dark as bloody pitch, it is. Look what happened the other night. I'm fast asleep in bed, right? I'm fast asleep, right? I'm having a little dream, right? And in my dream, the telephone rings. It's Lords, the MCC. Mr. Garnett, they said, can you help us out? We want our revenge on the Packies. They humiliated us again. I said, hold on, I'll hold me back. I rushed down to Lords. I scorn the use of a protective helmet in the box. I'm opening the batting for England. First ball, whack a Eunice. She comes thundering in. Bang, out the bleeding ground. 8. 6, they said, come off it. I said, it's worth more than 6. I can get a taxi, fetch the ball back. Come on, I said, let's have your fast bowlers. Come on. This is Alfie Garnett here. Not fat guts, bloody baldy, both of them. Come on. Next ball, whack. Out the bleeding ground again. They're all going mad. They're gone. Go on. Bowling one in the ghoulies. Next ball. What? Right in amongst them. You should have seen the bugger scatter. There were 16 curry shops couldn't open that night. I hit 52 off the first over. I was 198 not out by lunch. I said, never mind about lunch? I said, come on, I'll back right through. Come. No, they said, we've got to take lunch. They soon pick up our ways, don't they? I go in the pavilion, there's Her Majesty the Queen stood there. Sir Alfred, she said. Sir, I said, it's in the post, she said. Sir Alfred. She said, it's been an anus horribilis. I said, I beg your pardon, ma'am. She said, it's been an arsehole of a year, Alfred. Them bloody children of mine, I should have had them throttled at birth. He said, you're the only bright spark on the horizon. We want you to take over the captaincy of England. Glenn Hoddle walks in. He says, you can't have him, Mum. We want him for the England football team. I left him arguing and toss. I'm opening the bowling for England. First ball, so hail. Bang! I broke his bleeding back. Oh, he says, what you done to my bat? I said, have a look behind you, mate. See what I've done to your bleeding stumps? Next ball, Anzaman al-Haq. You won't forget that day in Harry. LBW, I broke his leg through the bleeding pads. Next ball, Wasim Akram, Pakistani captain. He stood there, he see me coming tearing in, he's trembling like a leaf. He's turned white with terror. Well, whitish. All the girls are there, they're going mad. They're yelling, Alfie, Alfie, we want... And they're all there, Raquel Welch, Myrna Lloyd, Kylie Minogue. I'm just about to bowl my hat-trick, and the silly cow upstairs wakes me up with a cup of tea.
Mr. Garnett.
Yes. Yes, Sir Teddy.
I belong to an organisation called the Conservative Party.
I have heard of it, sir.
We're having serious problems these days in trying to work out a policy to unite us all on the issue of Europe.
Right.
Now, I know you take a great deal of interest in politics, and I wonder if there was any guidance you'd like to give to me and my colleagues.
Well, the first thing I'd say is stay clear of the bloody referendum party. That sounds like a disaster to me. Look, as far as the European community and the single currency, Sir Teddy, single currency, I don't mind as long as they have the Queen's head on the banknote. Because that says I promised to pay the bearer and we can trust her because she's got the money, hasn't she? I mean, now they brought in that bloody common market, I still call it that. Bloody, I mean, there's thousands of bloody foreigners all swarming over here without having no passports. We've got millions of high ties and krauts and froggies and spagnolies and Brussels sprouts. All swarming out, they've taken our jobs off us. So we're going to have to go over to the continent of Europe looking for work, aren't we? Be bloody confusing if another war breaks out, wouldn't it? Well, you won't know what side you're on, will you? There'll be thousands of boats taking people backwards and forwards, so they can join up with their own armies before they can even start the bloody war. See, old Enoch Powell, he had the right idea, didn't he? People should stay in their own countries. The countries that was allocated to them. The countries we put them all in when we run the world. When we had our empire before the bloody Labour Party give it all away. Bloody Gandhi wouldn't eat his dinner to give him India. You know the latest dodge had of getting in all the illegal migrants. I tell you, last August Bank Holiday Monday in Southend, there was thousands of them coming ashore. All the illegal, all pretending they'd been in for a little swim. Well, you don't go in for a little swim with flippers on your feet, a turban in your head, and two bloody great suitcases in your hand, do you? All very well the government bringing out their race relations bills, but how would John Major like it if he had a family of... I beg your pardon. Ethnics living next door to him? How would he like it if Kenneth Clark's number 11 Downing Street sold number 11 to a family of ethnics? He'd change his bloody tune then, wouldn't he? Stinking the house out with their curry. Playing on their dustbin lids all night long. And limboing in under his front gate there. That's where Her Majesty the Queen has been so clever, you see. Her house is detached. You don't want them living next door to her. What do you want?
Aren't you worried about getting breathalyzed on your way home?
I don't drive anymore, my dear. I stopped driving years ago. I mean, Isn't that a bloody liberty, eh, that breath? You know who started that? Do you remember who that was, Sir Teddy?
Barbara Castle.
Who started the breathalyzer?
It's Barbara Castle.
Barbara bloody Castle, not
That's
Castle.
very nice, yes.
Lady Barbara Castle, that Labour MP cow. Oh, because she couldn't afford a motor car herself, and she didn't want no one else to have one, did she? She ruined the car trade. I mean, no one's going to buy a car and walk at the pub, are they? All right, they say, a drunk in charge of a car is a lethal weapon, and it can kill someone. Agreed. But what about a drunk in charge of the country then, eh? They can kill bloody millions. Breathalyse your parliament, breathalyse your House of Lords. They go down there, they make their laws, half of them are pissed out their heads, aren't they? We've seen it on the telly, all them bloody MPs, like a bloody 4-hour bar in there some nights. I got breathalyzed 2 years ago now. I was driving down the Mile End Road, straight as a die, gospel, right down the white line in the middle. And this copper leaps out in the middle of the road. Halt! He said, bloody fool. He could have been killed. Well, his hand was only at amber, wasn't it? I mean, that's halt, isn't it? That's amber. When you're not amber, you put your foot down and belt across it. I was perfectly polite. I wound the window down. I said, good after Buell, Constanoon. He said, are you in charge of this motor car? I said, well, it's automatic, but I have to be here. Come on, he said, blow into this. I said, you call your own bloody chips off, mate. Come on, he said, if you don't blow into the bag, we'll have your licence off you. I said, you'll have a job, mate. I ain't got a bloody licence. Come on, he said, stop pissing about. He said, you was doing 65 mile an hour. I said, impossible, I ain't been out an hour. I said, all right, I said, I'm sorry, Ossifer. I said, I didn't dare call him constable in case I stuttered. I said, I'm sorry, Ossifer, I was looking for a shit house. He said, well, you found one, mate. Right, and all is a right bastard he was. Have we got any coppers in here? And I'm only joking. Well, you say a word against the coppers, all come out and strike, wouldn't it? I mean, if that happened in Britain, our crime rate would be halved, wouldn't it? You watch me, darling. You watch me, Janet. When I when I sing them top notes, darling. I see, when I sing them top notes, you can't put a bus ticket between the cheeks of my arse. Normally, you put the old bus up there. Our parlour wanted paper in, and Paul said it was waste to call a paper hanger in, so he made up some paper. He bought some rolls of paper, got a ladder and a brush, and thank you. When I want Russell's of Spring, I'll bloody ask for it. You know, you had a lesson last week. Just play what's written on the song sheet. What? That's a fly. You look at that. Professional musician. And with my mummy's 90 on, at it he made a rush. When drop a paper the parlour, you couldn't see in per page. Whoa! Dabbing it here, dabbing it there, a paste and paper everywhere. Me mother was stuck to the ceiling, me father was stuck to the floor. You never seen a blooming family so stuck up before. Oh, down the road the way when Oliver stuck so jolly that she'd win. Down the road the pace was killing, but the bear was willing for the lightning spin. Oh, the rest was licked and might as well have never been born. Whoa, mare, whoa there, you've had your little bit of cold. Dance, diddly-line, diddly-line, diddly-line. Dress back, boiled beef and carrots. Boiled beef and carrots. That's the stuff for your derby kill. Makes you fart, it keeps you well. On stuff they give to parrots. From morn till night, blow out your kite on boiled beef and carrots. Now you all know this one, let's see you sing it with me. I'm Henry the Eighth, I am Henry the Eighth, I am, I am. Whoa! I got married to the widow next door. She's been 7 times before. Everyone was an Henry. Wouldn't have a Willie or a Sam. I'm a wrecked old man called Henry. Henry the eighth I am. Oh, Henny old dine, Henny old dine. You look neat, talking about a treat. You look at that from nappity feet. Dressed in style, a great big smile. Your father's old big tie on. I wonder if your tongue's for old what's taking old dine. All right, all together now the last chorus. Let's see who's singing with me. Slap that bum, that brick, slap that all day long. We had all his friends on the honours. We was pair of sackling rollers. Slap that slap with a whitewash brush. Talking a fancy ball. I'll put my whitewash on the old woman and I put upon the garden.